Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So the universe, sister, wants you to win. Wants you to win. And today was a great example. I'm going to share with you story of some things that went down today. So, I feel like I'm fucking complaining all the time. And I certainly don't mean, it's not my intention. I don't mean for it to kind of come off that way, but this is just the reality. Life has been difficult. And I think there's too often that everybody talks about how everything's so happy all the time. And then what the problem with that is when you do go through challenges, you feel like you're the only fucking one. So if I am the one that's kind of saying to you, listen, like, I get it, sister, I'm going through tough shit too, then I will keep talking about it when it's real, right? And so that's the reality of what's been happening the last several months. It's just been a shit show. And with the kids particularly, like, just insanity. But listen, the universe wants you to win. I want you to win. This isn't about life always being the struggle and hard, and although those things are both quite true, it's like the reality is the universe wants you to win. It's kind of like I used to, when I was in practice as a chiropractor, and I would say so when we were in practice, the education, understanding how your body worked, like philosophy of health, all these things, was just as important as the healing itself. Like, people they had to understand this, because otherwise they wouldn't continue, right? Or they wouldn't understand if their body feels more of a symptom. That's not necessarily a bad thing at all. It's change, right? And so we talked about the concept of homeostasis, which you might have heard this big old word before, homeostasis, which is basically that the body wants you to be well. Like, this is the way that our bodies are designed to be well, not sick, not unhealthy, not symptoms, not any of that stuff. Your body wants you to be well. And so realize that the bigger, and that's something in chiropractic we talked about called innate intelligence, meaning the intelligence that your body was born with to heal, the intelligence that makes all these trillions of cells and can create life in the body, and just, like an amazing organism we have as human bodies, or ourselves that are inside the human body. And that was innate intelligence, and then there's the universal intelligence, right? That creates everything, that controls everything. Now, some, like myself, now call that God. You can call that higher power, spirit, source, universe. I'm going to use universe. It's a little bit less for some people, and I was certainly there too, so I get it. Doesn't matter. It's all the same thing we're talking about. But the universe wants you to win. So even with all the shitstorm of today, today, my boys are with the sitter this morning for a little bit, but what's been happening is my boys have been fighting, especially my 7.5-year-old. It's been so insane with them. I shouldn't say that. It's actually both of them. But what happens when the boys sometimes get together is it's just like a fucking explosion. Like, this if you have more than one. The sibling stuff, man, it is real. I don't know if I just don't remember shit. I remember, so I have 2 older brothers, and one that's 3 years older than me, one who's 6 years older. The one who's 6 years older was kind of more like a mentor, and as I got into teenage years, we kind of became closer and stuff. But my other brother and I, we played quite a bit, and I guess if I really think about it, yeah, we had times that we fought. I think he would get more angry with me at times, but yeah, it's just been nuts. And so the last 2 days, I've just said to our babysitter, Scarlett, who's amazing and an angel, we love and appreciate her so much. It's just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take one of the kids. We'll have like a morning. You can have the other one, and then we'll switch off, right? Well, today was going to be the switch off. And so, except the swim lesson in the morning, I come back from the swim lesson, and I have like 10 minutes before the guys come in to fix our fridge, which we haven't had a working fridge since we came home from holidays a week ago. A little much. Okay. This is what happens when you're hearing me live time. I don't edit anything, by the way, in my podcasts. I don't. And so someone just decided as I'm driving and recording that they wanted to honk. So there you go. So this morning when I came back from my swim lesson and I had my 10 minutes to shower to get ready before the fridge guy, and I'm like by myself in the house. We live in Victoria. beautiful, safe city, like, not a biggie, but it's still a man in my house who I don't know, so, you know, I can't be in the shower when he's there and stuff. Oh, my Lord. I can't go anywhere, sweetheart. Forward and back. You know what's really crazy right now is I'm talking about how the universe wants you to win, and yet I got some people around me that are pushing back right now. That is irony right there. Holy moly. Okay, let's get back here. So I come back, get back to the story. I come back from swim lesson. I got to jump in the shower, and the kids are still there with Scarlett, and they're fighting. And I'm like, good Lord. And Tyson's upset. I'm hungry. I'm like, buddy, we talked about breakfast before Mommy left like 45 minutes ago. You said you weren't hungry. Well, I'm hungry now. I'm like, yeah, but you guys are going to Starbucks to go get like a treat. Like, you're going to the place with the food. And so then I want an apple. I get him an apple. I didn't want an apple. And it's like, you know, some of the stuff, right, with your children, it's just what it is. And so then Scarlett kind of took over, and I'm like, fuck me, like, this is just insanity. So I rush in, I shower, I get ready, I come down, the guy's late. It's now 10 minutes, I'm calling him, and I'm like, Yvonne, like, and this is, the home that we're in right now, we rent, and so our landlord brought us a loaner fridge on, when was that, Sunday, I guess? Yeah, all of our food just rotted and had to replace everything, and yeah, good times coming back from a hell trip to that, and, God. So then he is late. I finally get a hold of him. He's like, hey, I'm on my way. So he's now like 30 minutes late. And he said, well, it'll take 15 to 45 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. I kind of gave him the 45-minute, slot. And then now he's going to be later. I'm like, listen, the kids are coming back. I promised I made a commitment to my son. Like, I'm like, listen, just when you're done, leave the door open. Like, whatever, leave it unlocked. I got 2 big dogs. Not really concerned. So then and he's going to fix it. I'm like, yeah, because, you never know. Sometimes it's like, oh, need another part. You got to replace it. Like, I didn't know how that was going to really roll out. And I then get a text from Scarlett because I'm like, hey, it's going to be a little bit longer. Do you want to keep the kids? And then I was just like, you know what? No, just come by. I'll just leave the house open. I made a commitment to be with Kai. And she messaged me and she's just like, hey, you know what? The kids are actually they're doing great right now. Actually, she called me. They don't want to go. They would like to kind of stay. And I'm like, fine by me. Because you know what? I'm trying to get my podcast episodes to my production guy, Evan, who's doing the last little bit. And I'm going to take them over again. And I typically would have sent them now to him yesterday. It's Friday, typically the Thursday. It's been just so erratic with the children and their needs and camp challenges and all this kind of stuff. And not even able to leave them both with a babysitter for the most part because they're just imploding with each other. Especially Tyson right now. And I'm like, oh my God, time just opened up for me. So I'm like sitting outside Starbucks. I'm going to go get a chai. I really want a chai right now. And I'm going to sit and crank out the rest of these podcast episodes, including this one right now. So the universe wants you to win. And I get it. I get it that it can just feel like a sinkhole. I swear there's been the last 2 weeks, the intensity of this has just been unreal. The stress of this has been, and this is in all different aspects of my life, has been something I haven't experienced where it just seems like everything is happening and not trying to snowball it. And I had a podcast episode out recently called Stop the Insanity. Just listen, we can kind of continue down this path if we keep going all this shit's happening. But it was a great reminder for me today of you know what? The universe actually wants you to win. And you need to understand that and to have some trust and faith in this. Really, really trust in this. So here's your more tip then for today. Oh God. I think here's what's coming to me right now. Let's take a look at something where it seems again like that sinkhole experience. It could be with me where it's just everything's this swirling inferno of shit right now. Or it could be one area where it just feels very stuck. It feels very like no way out. You feel what the hell am I supposed to do? Where it doesn't feel like the universe is conspiring to help you. You feel like everything's coming and pushing against you right now. I just want you to take a deep breath. And for the next 24 hours, just write this on a Post-it note. It's going to seem really silly. But there's a powerful thing that happens, sister, when you begin to shift the way that you see the world. Shift the way that you see the world and simply write on that Post-it note, the universe wants me to win. The universe wants me to win. And see what begins to shift in your life with that shift of you and how you're choosing to see things. And simply not even just that, but sister, like a reminder, like, oh yeah, right. Why am I thinking everything's against me? That's not really the true law. The true law of this is that the universe wants me to win. And for you to remember that. So finishing up, make sure if you don't already, sister, subscribe to the Women Wanting More newsletter. My book is coming out in the fall, and you will get first dibs. And you will get the first kind of heads up, and it may even involve you in the process and have you kind of help me pick out covers and all sorts of fun stuff. So head over right now to drkarenosborn.com/action guide. In addition, you're going to get every single podcast episode delivered to you 5 days a week. And I, at times, will send you some blog posts that I've written in those emails. But also, too, I'm going to send you some really great gifts, some 3 very, very amazing training videos that I created for a private Facebook group, a coaching program that I'm a part of. And so that's actually how to create stories, drop the ones that are no longer serving you, and to really remember who you are. Plus, I'm going to give you the More for Action guide and really teach you how to start your day in power. So that's over right now. Head over to drkarenosborn.com/action guide, enter in your email, and I'll get you hooked up on that today, sister. So just know that a life of more is one step away from me remembering that the universe wants you to win every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.